Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mancier. I wanted to come and say hello, wish you a good day, a happy Sunday. We are moving towards this eclipse. First, happy birthday to all the Capricorn that just had their birthday, and happy birthday in advance to all the Aquarian that will have their birthday coming up. For this eclipse, it's just on the cusp of both of the. It will be very powerful. It's at 0 degree. And so this is a full moon eclipse in Leo, and so it will bring emotional clarity. What we want to do is to move into a higher quality of second dimension, our physical body. We want to cleanse our physical body as much as possible, so we can intake more light, more energy. We want to raise our third dimensional frequency from the lower third to the higher third, which means our thought, to clear up our thought, to let go of all kinds of restrictive thoughts, to have more pleasant thoughts. And we want to move into from the lower fourth dimension to the higher fourth dimension, to have emotions that are much more joyful, liberated emotion. In many sense, I feel like through my purification process, I feel my God self, my inner self, is being decalcified. It's coming out from inside of me. It's not completely out. I can't wait for it to be completely out. But it's a great deal of joy that is coming through. I also wanted to say, if you need to revisit the old ways, revisit the dark shadows or memories that are unpleasant, call on your guides, call on the masters, call on the angels, call on the archangel. Don't go there alone. You don't have to. Call on Saint Germain to bring his violet fire with you. Call on the Christ. He will bring his gold light with you. With him, they will show you they will show you the humor in all things, in those things, and you won't need to feel alone in those process. Or call on the beloved Archangel Michael with his blue flame of empowerment. And if you have to revisit those processes, those old processes, just go with them, and you'll see that you'll move through that, and you'll move into the next level. I also wanted to say it's not really good to show mistakes or to show your weakness, or mostly in business or in relationship. You never want to show that. But here, sometimes I have to use my own process, because we're all growing together, and we say that mistakes are part of the game. Although it is not something that we want to broadcast. We never want to broadcast our own weaknesses, for we all have weaknesses and we all have strengths. It is part of the game. The idea is to understand your mistakes and to spot them and to be able to correct them. So you correct those mistakes. Doesn't mean you won't make new mistakes, but at least you won't repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Sometimes in my arts I go too fast, I make mistakes, but I always know that no matter how, sometimes I make a beautiful painting and I don't see it, I keep going and I say, I missed it. But then at the end, there's even more beautiful paintings. There's always a way that life will always work around those things. So understand mistakes are part of the games, but we want to avoid them, because some mistakes can have grave consequences and others not. I'm going to pull a few cards. For this eclipse should liberate us from old patterns. From all the old patterns of thoughts, all emotional patterns, and we may receive codes. We may have already received codes, or we may be receiving codes this week, or during the eclipse, or the coming week, or even all the way to 6 months after those eclipses. They can still be influencing us. So be ready to receive those codes. And I wanted to know: are you receiving your inner guidance? Are you aware that you are being guided by your guides, by your spirit guides, by your creator? There is always a guidance, and are you able to act upon it? Sometimes we can act right away. Sometimes it takes a day or 2 or 3 to act upon a guidance, and then it takes years before we can align to what the guidance. The guidance is always constant. Doesn't linger. God does not change his mind. He's always on the highest good. Always. And spirit works through this I am presence, the great law of the one. And so, are you receiving those codes? Are you following it? Are you able to decipher it? Let me know how you receive it. How do you receive your guidance? What is the most powerful ways for you that you have found to communicate with the spirit world? For me, the art, creation of art has always been meant a great deal for me to communicate with the spirit realm. The situation for us today and this coming months is luck. Coming week, luck. Be lucky, accept to be lucky. Luck is a means by which, when God wants to remain anonymous, it's the action of God that we say, we're lucky because God, it is our time to receive that blessing. What goes around the situation is knowledge. There is a great deal of knowledge that is being imparted, where we are receiving new knowledge. What we see before us is rest. rest, right? The ability to rest. I was a little bit. I realized the other day I said in one of my videos that I am present. Say, well, which is not true. It was my ego that was saying that. So, well, if you want to realize your God self, you shouldn't need to drink, eat, sleep. But in many sense, sleep is essential. I was for 2 months. I slept about 2-3 hours because I was going through this cleansing process. Then I slept 5 hours yesterday, 8 hours today. So I'm finding my balance, and I'm going to need to recuperate all this sleeping time. But understand, even in the ascended plane, the fifth, sixth dimension, spirit needs to sleep to retreat. Don't call it sleep, but to do this retreat for 2-3 hours a day into their higher self, because it is a way to regenerate our own energetic. So it is very important to get good sleep, to get good rest. And so it was my ego that was saying that. It was not my presence. Mea culpa. For, of course, once we're fully fused and we have returned to this paradise state of being, there is no more need for eat, sleep, drink. Everything is, we are using other means by which to nourish ourselves. Our light body is nourished by the logos, by the light forms that we are able to integrate and that nourishes us, the nectar, the ambroisie. There is many ways to do that. So it is important to get good rest and to rest, to find this peaceful rest, and also to use the dream time this rest time to communicate from your higher self. For when we sleep, we are in non-time. We do not exist in time, and so sometimes a dream seems very long, but it's actually very short. It's just an encapsulation of a short energy. And once you become aware that you have this other life in the higher planes, when you sleep, you can ask to receive informations and codes every morning that is communicated to you as you wake up. In the distant past is compassion. We have discovered compassion. We know that we have to be loving to ourselves and to others. In many sense, I was bringing this example. I've been through a period that was a bit difficult, and when I approach it from a humoristic standpoint and use this. And so sometimes you feel like when you're having a really hard time, it's like your own boat is sinking. You're like, I don't have my boats. And then you have your friends. There were some friends that are saying, well, I'm going to try to send you a lifesaver, and then other friends that say, well, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you because my nails aren't dry, so I have to wait till my nails are dry. I'll see you later. And then otherwise, I will send you like some heavy weights to say, let's see how fast he's going to draw. If I send him weight on top of him, he will draw even faster. And for that, I wanted to say that it's very dangerous. There is something that I see that on the internet or on TV, or there are some people that find a lot of pleasure in seeing other people suffering. Like some very popular video of somebody that jump into an empty pool, or get a very big accident on a bicycle, or get on a tree and then get blood all over his face, and then people really delight in seeing other people suffering. But that's very, very dangerous, extremely perverse. I mean, I don't blame yourself if you enjoy that, but understand that those people who are nourishing themselves from the suffering of others, at some point will end up in a hospital because something like this will have happened to them, and they say, life is so unfair. But so in many sense, we want to know that if humanity was saved, didn't go into this apocalypse, this nuclear destruction, like the Nostradamus prediction, it is because during there was the harmonic convergence, but Spirit could notice that most human beings would feel compassion for those who are suffering. There is a sense of empathy. That was the humans felt sympathy for those who have less than them. So there is a great deal of sense that we want fairness, we want balance, we want equilibrium, and this is this compassion in the past that have saved humanity, really, that made it possible for Spirit to prevent all those disasters that could have eradicated all of humanity. So we're moving towards an age of light now that the 2012 portal have been passed. We are now moving into an age of light. Where we are now is complementarity. We are all complement to each other. We are like a piece of a puzzle. We need to fit our pieces together so that we can see the whole puzzle. But once we'll see the whole puzzle, all the pieces will be in the light. Everything will be marvelous. We'll see how beautiful life always has been. It is just we've been englobed in darkness. We have those shadows and all those things around us that prevented us from seeing the greater light. What's coming up in the near future is well-being. There's amazing well-being. We're going to be able to discover new ways, new integration, new joy. what our strength in the situation is enthusiasm. We have all kinds of new energy, new inspiration that is coming to us, and so we have all the reason to be enthusiastic. What comes to us from the outside world is temperance. It means that we can enjoy. We have to celebrate life, but we have to be temperate, because indulgence is just a waste of time. Basically, it's like of course we have time to waste, but at some point we want to stop wasting our time. And so we want to keep things in balance. It is not about It's not about being over to be complete. We have to enjoy life. A big question is what is your biggest passion? What interests you the most in life? What gives you the most joy? What is the most important thing for you? That is really what you want to focus on. It is important to know what is your passion and move in that direction. The Spirit will support you in that. In our inner hopes and fear is purification. We're still moving towards this clearing, this purification. For it is a difficult passage, but there is a great light at the end of the tunnel, and all the work and the effort we produce in relation to our purification it is worthwhile, because the rewards will come, and the outcome will be friendship. Friendship is essential. It's an Epicurean value. We'll discover new friends. Old friends may be coming back. But in many sense, we want to forgive, but we don't want to forget. If somebody really hurt you, you want to forgive, but you don't want to give the opportunity to those people to return and do that again and again and again. Also, those ways you accept the role of victim. So it is good. I was just saying, because sometimes people, you believe they're friends, but when you become aware, you see that behind your backs they've done some really, really nasty things. So you want to forgive them, but you don't want to give them the opportunity to do it again. Yet, in many sense, this is not really what this kind of friendship talks about. It's about discovering new friendship, new friends. It's like family. It's connection. It's well-being. It's about sharing. It's about supporting each other. It was Seneca or Plutarch, I'm not really sure, those philosophers from the time of Julius Caesar, that were first century AD, that were discussing that in a sense you don't want to have too many friends. It is not about quantity, it's more about quality friends. Because if you have too many friends, your real friend will feel like you're neglecting them. So friends is not about having 1,000 people on the social media. It's fine, but true friends is more like if you have 5 friends, or if you have 10, it's huge. If you have 5 real friends, and take care of your friends. Be true to your friends, your real friends, and also be friendly to all of life. Be a friend to all beings you encounter. But but the people you can rely on in terms of friendships, there are very few. When you're in difficult situation, you see who your real friends are. But yet, in many sense, we all have the keys to resolve our own situation. So we do not want to remove people's problems. Yet the friendship, this bond of friendship, it's always better to try to assist than to spit on somebody who's having if you're having problem, you're not good enough for me, then you're not good enough to be my friend anymore. I've had that when I closed my gallery in Santa Monica. I had some people that were supposed to be my best friend. As soon as I closed my gallery, it's like, we cannot be friends anymore, because you no longer have a gallery, so you have you represent nothing anymore for me, so goodbye. Fine, goodbye. You have to be. It's human. Those people are just on the level where they are. But so it is all a game. It is all a play. Everything is part of a game, and and mistakes are part of the game. Huh? So in many sense, this eclipse will open new windows, new doorways, new pathways, and also we need to cut all the cords of attachment, even to our friend, even to all the good things of our life. There is no need for attachment, for codependency in relationship to that. Whatever has value will be held together by our higher self, by our higher presence. Also, we want to slow down our mind, to let go of, to make space within our mind, so because it all belongs to the illusion, so that the light, love, and wisdom can find a way to express itself. It can come to you at any time, any point, but receive it. Know that you're receiving. When you're receiving this higher light, this higher guidance. For the Christ brought the understanding of the divine union between man and human. And the divine. Before that, there was a very great deal of misunderstanding between the divine was the divine and man was man, but there was an impossibility for both to meet. When in the Christ, he proved that it was possible for all beings to create this union within themselves. For some time I'm going too fast. I'm making mistakes in my paintings when I'm not, because I need to rest and take a vacation. Then I get a studio. Then I'm going to start some really new project, completely different. But in many sense, I have to return to basic. And returning to basic in terms of art means going back to drawing. I have thousands and thousands of drawing, hundreds of sketchbooks. I got a catalog organized and everything, all that. But for this is really my passion. Creating art is art, and artistry is very my passion. But what is your passion? What is it you love the most? And that is really what this year we're gonna have to be focused on, because we're gonna have the opportunity to move towards what is really wanted, to be more master of frequency, to allow the magic to come in so they can manifest. And once we have informed the universe of what we want to seek to move into the neutrality of the presence, to be in the serenity, rather than, well, it's not manifested, so I'm going to doubt it, to be in the gratitude, to know that it will come, and to see what do I need to do in order to accelerate the process towards this manifestation. Also, this year the world will be shocked by certain revelation. There is going to be many things. Of course, there is going to be later on the galactic and the inner earth and all kinds of marvels and wonders that will be revealed to humans. But first, there needs to be all kinds of corrupted actions. So some beings that will be some very celebrity and government and multinational. Many crimes against humanity will be coming up. There needs to be expurged from that so that we can clear up the program. So remain neutral, do not judge them. They have, and all the darker programs will be they have fulfilled their function to create darkness, so we can create this desire for expansion and reaching into the light. So they have fulfilled their function. Just let them go. And do not judge them. Do not ask for them to be punished. Everybody will face the music. God is in charge of everyone's program. So it is not for us to decide that, unless we are called to be part of that process of arbitration. Let's say the sun has moved. The physical proof of this change of dimension is that the sun has moved from a yellow star to a white star, from a third dimensional frequency to a fourth dimensional frequency. I'm drinking tea, but I have replaced the sugar by a lot of lemon, and so it's very strong. But lemon is really good to cleanse the liver, and it's very good. So this star is by receiving this light of the sun, even when there is clouds, like today is very dark cloud, gray day. It's still activating new code, new light. Just interact within the light, breathe in the light. Know the light of the sun is divine, and it is really what's activating all this potential within ourselves. Talking about lemon is very, very powerful. There is two exercises. First, when you use lemon for cleansing, you never put sugar in it, because it will reverse the chemistry from being alkaline to being acid, and so it will not function as a cleansing process. So never put sugar and lemon together when you use it for cleansing. Another exercise can be an 11-day process that when you do a cleansing for physical bodies, to drink the first day one lemon, this, with a little bit of warm water, if you can add warm water. Then the second day 2 lemons, the third day 3, the fourth day 4, the fifth day 5, the sixth day 6, the seventh day 5, the eighth day 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then the process is complete. Usually you've created. So it is really good for the liver. For the liver, is really cleansing. All is very overcharged. Is the one that processes the most toxin. So it is important when you do those cleansing. It may be a very good exercise to do this. So it is important to get at least 20 minutes of sunlight every day, even if there is clouds, to be outside and to be in nature sometime when it is possible. So yes, also, well, yeah. So I took a note, but I'm not really sure what I wanted to say by that. So I'm gonna. The painting behind me is called Stargate. It is a painting that maybe tiny little details may come in. I'm not even sure. It's quite fine. Maybe the color of the signature. I'm not even sure. But it is about a stargate. There is all kinds of things going on, and sometimes I went too far in my painting. I wanted to show that, and like I had this painting of Horus, the master of wisdom, Horus, and I took a photo of Sun God because it was beautiful. At some point it was finished, but I went too far. I was too maybe too impatient, and so now it becomes that. So it's called abstraction. I'm not really sure which way it goes. Well, this one is not quite finished, but and then two other ones came in. This was a portrait of Paul Cézanne. It's kind of nice because Paul Cézanne invented Cubism, so it's moving towards abstraction. And this one was beautiful as well. It was complete, and then I went too far, and so I felt like. But those three will probably work together as a triptych. I'm not really sure if they're finished, but no matter what is done in a painting, it can always repair it. We can always go over it. We can always make it work. So I try some, but sometimes I can't wait to be organized in the studio so I can pause and start working in those new projects that I have going on. So it is all in the works. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to finish with a little song. It's a quick song. It's about this. It's about wanting to escape the cold of the winter to move into this California sunshine. It goes like this. All the leaves are brown. The leaves are brown. And the sky is grey, and the sky is grey. I've been for a walk on a winter's day, on a winter's day. I'll be safe and warm, if I was in LA, if I was in LA. California dream, on such a winter's day. I stepped into a church, I passed along the way. Whoa, I got down on my knees, and I pretend to pray, You know the preacher likes the cold, He knows I'm gonna stay, California dream, on such a winter's day. So thank you very much for sticking till the end. I'll be soon back in California. I can't wait to go back there. I've lived 7 years in LA. I've had much history there. And it will be really nice. I know much is coming in the near future. There's so much that is going on. So let us be ready. Let us prepare ourselves for what we've asked for, and continue to ask, because the universe is eagerly waiting to know what to prepare for you. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful eclipse, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.